Hi, welcome to the Witch House. Pull up a chair, have a sit, and let's have a chat. And today I'm going to chat about my journey with grief. And I am at 9 months. Tomorrow, well, first of all, obviously you see that I'm home and it's a Friday. I have actually been home for the last 3 days because work has just been too difficult to face. My Andy passed away on the 15th of November. His birthday is on the 14th of October. And so my mind doesn't always register, but my body does around the 15th, that he's gone another month. This is especially hard this month because my birthday is tomorrow. And I'm going to be 55. You know, it was going to be a big celebration with our friends. But sadly, the only connection between those friends was my Andy. And now that my Andy's gone, so are the majority, if not all, of those friends. Truly. So, I'm having a rough time. My Andy was the best. He always made me feel so special. He always gave the best birthday gifts. They were never expensive, but they were thoughtful and heartfelt. And that's, of course, what matters most. One of the very first gifts he ever gave me was this. A simple frame. But you see, by the time he gave me this, I had lost all but 2. I still had Geronimo and I still had Fireball. But I had lost these 4 cats. And so he made me a frame so I would have all of them in picture. He made a big deal out of my birthday. I never do. I was just like, it's another day. I'm another year older. But to him, it was important. And so he made it special. And he would always, you know, organize a party. He would, you know, thoughtful gift. And then he would always cook me a seafood feast with all my favorites. And it would be literally nothing but seafood. You know, I would get a shrimp cocktail. And then he would make stuffed salmon, a piece of stuffed salmon. And scallops. And mussels. And a lobster tail. And I think he might have thrown in a baked potato just for good measure. But, yeah. Those are the things I'm missing right now. It just feels so different. And 9 months in, you know, sometimes I look back and I wonder how I got here. You know, it's been 9 months already. It seems like just yesterday. So, yeah, anyway, I've taken the last few days off work just to let myself be and cry or do whatever I wanted to, yell at him, rant and rave, and tell him he should be here for this. And how I feel so alone with him and my mom gone. And of course, The evil stepsisters took away my stepdad, so I haven't seen him in 4 months either. All of those things seem to be coming home to me this weekend, so that's the nature of grief. I posted on my website today something I saw from a grief page that I follow on Facebook. And it says, grief comes in waves, and today I'm drowning. And it's true. I thought it might be helpful to do this video to show you that even after all of these months, I'm still grieving. Most of the time I'm okay. But there are big times around the 15th of the month where I just trips my trigger. And life, it seems so different then. So, I also thought this might be an appropriate time because I found a new deck. And it's not really a tarot deck, but it's a deck, and I haven't opened it. I've been waiting for the right occasion, I guess. And today seems appropriate. So this is the deck I found. It's called Healing Grief Card Deck by David Kessler. I just came across this deck on Amazon. 55 practices to find peace. Yeah, we'll see. So anyway, the back here, I'll hold it up for you. Oops, sorry about the glare. But the back says, David Kessler, one of the world's foremost expert on death and grief, has created powerful coping strategies to heal and rebuild after loss. This easy-to-use card deck has 55 practices that focus on your response to loss, understanding grief, and healing, all remembering that grief is evidence of your love. Yes. Grief is definitely all about love. So let's see what, it's just a regular tuck box. I haven't even opened these, so this is a first. I'm seeing these for the first time. So, okay, I guess they're sideways cards. There doesn't seem to be, there's no book, but it looks like the affirmations and things are on the back. So let's see. Yeah, here's a very good question right off the top. You may not be able to see it now. However, after a loss, you will rebuild yourself. You have been given the opportunity to create yourself anew. Who will you be now? I'm still kind of struggling with that one. So it looks like these cards are all affirmations. Well, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Okay. So there are actually 3 piles of cards. So they have a stack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 17 cards that are understanding or your response to loss, how you respond to loss. Then they have another probably 17 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, they have 19 cards for understanding grief. And then And 20 cards. 20 cards for healing. Okay, so I also found, oh, here we go. Here's the instructions I found. They're on the back. And of course the author card here, which try and hold steady for a little bit if you want to read it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the instructions. How to find peace. You'll find the deck is divided into 3 parts to help navigate your healing. Part 1, your response to loss. Part 2, understanding grief. Part 3, healing. Draw only 1 card a day. It is best to draw the same time each day. First thing in the morning, after arriving home from work, or bedtime. Think about how it may apply throughout your day or evening. Spend a few minutes thinking about the card saying at first, and then a few more minutes searching your feelings for a connection to it. If it resonates deeply, just feel it. If it doesn't resonate, be open to surprises as you ponder it or think how it might work for another. Later, circle back to see if it resonates with you after all. Since everyone's grief is different, let go of the expectation that each card should ring true with you. After completing the deck, take some time off. After a break, you may want to repeat them in the same order or a random shuffle for a card day. The second time, the sayings may bring up different thoughts and feelings. That is to be expected. Grief is ever changing. These grief cards are designed so you can practice them alone or share them with others. Perhaps another loved one sharing the same grief, or a client or a therapist. Wow. Okay. So I am going to run through the deck, and we'll go from there. So there's one. This is your response to loss. Eventually, I will remember my loved one with more love than pain. I will find compassion and patience today for my temporary pain and permanent love. Wow. Okay. Grief work isn't self-help. It's self-acceptance. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to hold these up. I'm not going to read them because for me, I know they're showing the right way to you, but to me right now they're backwards. So these are the cards that are, and they just have, you know, you can scroll through, you can stop. I will put a link to where you can buy these cards. I think they would be helpful. So far, the 2 cards that I have read in full are like spot on. So I may have to find more about David Kessler. I have also been gathering a library of books surrounding death and grief, as eventually this is going to happen to all of us. So that was your response to loss. Now the second part is understanding grief. And so, first card, in acceptance, sometimes we have to allow our loved one to be fully dead before we allow ourselves to fully live. Yeah. And that hasn't happened for me yet, I don't think. So, wow. Yeah, these cards are powerful. For sure. If you're grieving, And it doesn't matter what you're grieving. A loss is a loss. No form of grief tops another. You know, your loss of a child does not outweigh my loss of a spouse, or, you know, your loss of an aunt, or your loss of a parent. The grief is the same no matter what was lost. The feelings of grief are the same. And in that, we all share a common bond once you have felt the pangs of grief. I have come to find that there's almost like a community of its own of grievers, of widows and widowers. So, I'm hoping that these cards will continue to help me find my way through my grief, because it's still very much present. So, and now we're on to the final part of the cards, which is healing. And so, yeah, that first one was a powerful hit too. I think these are going to be very helpful to me. I am still looking for ways to move forward with my life. Sometimes I feel like I have no purpose anymore. Sometimes I'm confused about who I am and what I want to do. And I have time, but I don't know how much time. None of us knows how much time we have. So I am trying to enjoy the moments. I'm trying to stay in the present and not think about the future and not dwell on the past, and enjoy what I have in front of me. It goes so fast. So fast. So, as always, if you have any questions about grief or anything about your own grief that you would like to share with me, please feel free to do so. And here is the last card. So, I can't wait to get stuck in and start using this deck, because obviously I still need it. In addition, I've had a lot of people ask to see my Andy, because I've never really showed a picture of him or anything. And so this is my Andy. I miss him so much. He was a happy guy for the most part, and everybody loved him. So, thanks for listening, and I hope you can find your journey through grief a little easier with my help. I send you tons of chakra love, and I'll see you on the next one.